Yes, so today I got a call from my friend. He's been a very close friend for some years, but I've lost contact with him for about 4 years. So I was able to hear from him today, and guess what? He called me and he was complaining about his situations, and I had to give him listening ear, probably because he's got issues he wants to discuss about. Maybe he wants to talk to somebody, and I was that person who need to listen to him. And he kept complaining. He told me he lost his job for about 2 years ago, and he's got family and got 4 kids in it, and he's unable to cope with XYZ situations with regards to his life, and he really needs help. Okay, I was there to actually talk to him and to give him some hints on how he can actually catch himself and wake up and get things running. So I wanted to ask about where he was the time I left him and where he is right now. We went to school some years ago, and that was around 2005 when we finished some diploma courses together. And since then, I haven't seen him, and I barely heard from him once in a while on Facebook. So when I asked him, how far have you gone with regards to your education? Because people who finished in around 2005, most of them has got PhD, or some of them has got master's degree. Okay, let's assume that the degree is not going to do anything for you. What about skills? What about technical qualifications, professional qualifications that are going to make you get there? Fortunately for this guy, he worked as a logistics and operations manager for a firm where he has been so relaxed, and he never deemed it fit to develop himself. I've got friends who live here in the West who just have like a GC, WAEC level as it is in Nigeria. But you know what, yeah? They go online on Udemy and other courses, and they do professional certification courses on supply chain and logistics management. I'm talking about this because that is the same line my friend is also into. So they do logistics and supply chain management. Is an online course that you can just do within 2 weeks, and you can get yourself better than where you were. And these professional certifications, short courses from some uni and some colleges and some online institutions like Udemy, like Allison and the rest. There are lots of them if you can check online. And these people, they really get more relevancy in their workplace. And I asked my friend, how far have you really developed yourself till now? He said, well, it's because the OND. So I asked him, did you even bother to get the original certificate date? He said, no, he haven't been there because we studied somewhere in the north in Nigeria. So I was like, okay, so how do you want me to help you now? Like, even if you want to travel to the West, are you going to be thinking of working with that OND which you had from some art subjects that are not relevant? Okay, let's assume you throw it away, because I never use mine till date, because I have to pursue other things with regards to the relevant courses and where the world is actually going. So I had to really study again all over, and I trashed that. So I asked him, yeah? So even if you want to travel, for example, like you are asking me to give you a link, you said you needed someone to actually give you a sure link, and that's why you trusted me to talk to you about that. So what are you going to do when you travel? So this is where I come. This is where I talk about the skills. Everything is not about witchcraft. Why don't you do the skills and forget blaming the witches and the wizards? This is an African stuff, and it's crazy. And when I hear it these days, I just shy away from it, and I don't want to entertain such discussions. Why don't you make yourself relevant to your own self and your family so that you can be useful to yourself? Now, when you travel, what do you want to do? You want to go beg in the street when you have no skills? When you know that stuff you studied cannot be competitive in the market here? So what do you want to do? Have you bothered to learn skills? This is where I come in, yeah? So basically, when you see young sharps, even as from age 13, 14, down to 21, they are all doing well, driving good cars, and you're like, oh, the society is good for them. Yes, the society is good. The environment is enabling them to actually but they are thinking right. Someone is actually thinking right. But there in Nigeria, when nobody from the government sector is trying to think right to actually create an avenue for the young populace to get something doing with their life, you also have to make research, my brother. You need to make research. You need to know what's relevant. Talk about IT today. All the young chaps are into IT. People are into programming. People are into web development. People are into photoshopping. Apart from that, people are learning skills like business analysis. People are learning skills like test analysts. People are learning skills like data analysts. And these are all areas everyone can dive into today and become reasonable and meaningful to themselves. An average Nigerian graduates from a university keep that certificate in the file and start looking for a job, writing some quack CVs and submitting them in the organization. Nobody want to actually see your CV. People want to hear that you were able to design that website. People want to hear that you were able to do this and that for that organization. People want to see that I designed this and that company is using it and this is what I've done. Go and learn some skills, folks. Go and learn some skills. You will need them. If you want to travel, you will need them. If you want to be relevant in Nigeria, you will need them. Those of you who are in Lagos and cities like Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, you will be able to testify how modern organizations are actually taking their profile to the next level by employing and diving and seeking into IT solutions. IT is the future. Go and look for a skill to learn in IT and make yourself more relevant. Till I come your way again, I will tell you more about this, and stay blessed.